Oh, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Mancave101 Podcast. I am your host, Abel, alongside of me, Aaron, Wendell, Charles, Big Chase, and Leo. We are the Mancave101 Podcast. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, App,
Podcast.
Apple Podcast, Spotify. I gotta work on that, guys. Jeez.
Hey,
So,
we
to, so to,
growing.
to, today we have a fun one for you. As you know, as always, that it's called the Man Cave Podcast, right? But you know what? Sometimes us men, we got some guilty pleasures. We got some things we like to watch, some rom coms, some movies that you wouldn't even think we even know what they are. But you know what? We out here.
What do you
We out
mean?
here.
What do you mean by that?
Yep, there's a lot of us in relationships, and there's even some of us in that long-winded thing. What's it called? I think it's called mirages, marriages. They're called marriages.
Mirages.
They're called marriages. All right. So with that being said, let's get into our sensitive side a little bit and what we're watching. So we're gonna start with me, I guess.
With you? Okay.
Yeah, sure. We'll start with me. So one of my guilty pleasures and something that I actually really like. It's a movie on HBO. It's Crazy Stupid Love. So just to start off with the cast of this movie, Steve Carell, Ryan Gosling, Julianne Moore, Emma Stone, Marissa Tomei, Kevin Bacon. That's just a little taste of what you're going to get walking into this movie. And it really kicks off with just a couple being out to dinner. You know, they've been married for 20 plus years, had a kid very young, 3 kids. You know, they literally start with on 3. Let's say what we want for dessert. 1, 2, 3. Steve Carell says, some type of cheesecake. Julianne Moore says, I want a divorce. What the heck? That's the first couple of minutes of the movie. And then from there, you find out, why they're going through the divorce, what's going on. It's a very long-winded marriage. And Steve Carell goes to a bar, meets Ryan Gosling, and he gets his pimp on. He goes from wearing his dad, what are those shoes with the what are those dad shoes, guys? Come on, help me out here.
New Balance. New Balance.
New Balance. Oh, look, you see how quick they answered that. He goes from
I don't wear
wearing
dad shoes.
He goes from wearing his New Balances to his dress shoes and his 3-piece suits, and boy, oh boy, this man goes on a tear. For being with a woman for 20 plus years, and only woman that he did it with, he goes on a tear. But then you come to find out there's a lot more behind why the divorce happens. The story unfolds, and you really find out, kind of what love is about, why people do the things that they do. And I guess what I'm trying to say, true love is blind. So, by all means, please watch this one because this is Man Cave Guilty Pleasure approved. With that being said, let's go to Charles. Charles, what is your guilty pleasure?
Oh man, so I would say this guilty pleasure was very interesting. I'm gonna say Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and the funny thing is, I never really watched it when it was actually airing. I kind of caught it in syndication when it would come on in the mornings, like before I go to work. They would have like 2 episodes a piece, and I kind of caught it, watching it before heading out into the office. And I tell you, it was actually pretty good, a lot better than what I thought it was going to be. So the main concept of the story is about this young teenage girl played by Sarah Michelle Gellar, who is chosen to be a vampire slayer. And what she obviously being a slayer, she actually has these abilities. She can fight. She has weapon capabilities, combat, all types of things. And she don't just fight vampires. She fights demons. She fight warlocks. She fight, so many different types of evil that lurks into this town. She lives in Sunnydale, which is interesting. But it's actually over what is called Hellmouth, where
Yeah, it is.
yeah. And, a good place to live. And some really great characters. I mean, they had Sarah Michelle Gellar. They had this girl that played Willow, Allison Hannigan, I think it was. She was really good. They had David Boreanaz, which at one time they was looking at him for Submariner. Just
Ooh.
David Boreanaz, Charisma Carpenter.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Passion alert.
Yeah. And my boy James Marsters as Spike. Like, just had a all-star cast, man, and really fun show, really interesting. They really went into a dark take at times, and they would always reference Scooby-Doo. They would call them the Scooby-Doo. So if you're a Scooby-Doo fan, they would always say, "Oh, the Scooby-Doo gang." You know what I mean? But definitely a great show. Alicia Dushku. A lot of people joined the casting, which was really, really well. And I think it lasts 7 seasons, and then I think the 8th season came out in a comic. So definitely something you guys should check out if you haven't. For all you closet Buffy fans, I'm coming out here and telling you I was a big fan of the show and I enjoyed it. So this is definitely Man Cave approved.
Man Cave guilty pleasure approved. Honorable mention too. I like that show Angel. I don't care what anyone says. Angel was decent. All right, let's go to Aaron. What are we watching? What's the guilty pleasure?
So my guilty pleasure is going to be 90 Day Fiance, which originally aired on TLC and now is on Discovery Plus.
It sure is.
Laugh all you want, but this show is fucking hilarious.
I am with you, Aaron.
90 Day Fiance is basically reality TV, and it follows couples who apply for a K-1 visa. For those of you who don't know what that is, basically somebody who's not a U.S. citizen is essentially trying to become a U.S. citizen. And one of the ways that you can speed up that process is by marrying a United States citizen. So the show originally started where it was people falling in love online. They would bring their significant other over here. They'd have 90 days to get married to them. And if they didn't get married in the 90 days, the person would have to go back. If they don't, if they do get married, the person stays here. They get their citizenship after a certain amount of time and all that. And this show has some real disaster cases on it. It's been on since 2014. And I would like to say that I'm going to say like maybe I'm guesstimating. I don't have stats in front of me or anything. I would say 15 to 20% of the couples actually work out in the long run at all, if that. Most of them are just coming over here trying to get a visa, trying to get into the United States, start a career. Most of the women are a little bit younger, good looking, maybe this, that, the other thing. They're trying to start like a modeling career. They marry some old guy. They come over here, they get a visa, and then they dump them after a year or two of pretending that they wanted to be married. There's a lot of other cases than that, though. The show goes all over the place. There's older women with young guys. It's literally, I watch this show because it makes me feel a little bit better about my disaster of a life, and that's where I'll leave it at that. It's definitely Man Cave guilty pleasure approved. Check it out. There's been 10, I don't even know how many seasons at this point. It's been on since 2014. It's almost a decade worth of this nonsense. So if you haven't, check it out.
All right. Well, first of all, you're not a disaster. You're sexy as shit. So,
Thanks, man.
Women in the comments, tell Aaron how sexy he is, because there ain't no disaster going on that side of the screen. How you doing? All right.
Hey, yo.
Let's go to Big Chase. Big Chase, what are we guilting over?
Oh, man. So listen, if you haven't seen How to Get Away with Murder with Viola Davis by now, listen, let me tell you something.
Love her.
If you want to talk about a guilty pleasure, this is a great show. It was a blockbuster when it came out. It's definitely good to re-binge it. Basically, Viola Davis plays a talented professor in law. She has a dark past. She brings in all of these brilliant students to teach a class, and every episode they get involved in a murder where they could actually be either accused of the murder or they know who the murderer is. They're trying to figure out who the murderer is. And then there's all of these secret attachments and relationships between each person that no one's aware of, and it comes out later and whatnot. It's one of those, sit on the edge of your seat, can't wait to find out who killed who and who did what. And, passion alerts include Viola Davis herself, Liza Wells, and Aja Naomi King, I want to say. Definitely a lot of passion alerts with that.
Oh. I know who that is, and I'm going to put up a passion alert for it. Yeah. That's worthy.
Listen, man. This is a great show. It's a great series, and whatnot. Definitely check it out and whatnot. Man Cave approved. The violence is mild. Probably still not for the children because there is a lot of adult content in the conversation part. But other than that, the adults will love it.
I love it. All right. Man Cave guilty pleasure approved. Next, deep in the big heart of Texas, Wendell. What are we guilting over?
Hey, yo.
Well, so disclaimer.
What does P mean? That's so weird.
You know why we call him Wendeezy?
Another way to call a cat a kitten.
I mean, but
what the hell is even
that? So I'm gonna go. I have to start this right off and say, listen, this is not something I ever seeked out. This was a show that I ended up watching through osmosis. And for those of you who are married, you know, if your wife is watching something on the screen and you trying to go to sleep, you got work in the morning, you just end up hearing stuff, man, and it kind of caught my attention. So I had to roll over and take a look and see. Man Cave approved. There is plenty of pole work happening in this show. The show is about strippers. It's about a strip club. It's run by a gentleman called Uncle Clifford. I use the term gentleman quite loosely.
oh God!
What do you mean by that?
However, I will tell you that there's ladies of the pole are involved in this. There's one chick in particular got beat up by her man and lost a child, and so she ended up down here in what state was it? I don't remember. It's some southern state, man. Wait, down in Louisiana, and she ends up becoming a stripper, and some other stuff go down where she ends up buying the strip club, and they're trying to put a casino down. It's crazy. I warn anyone trying to watch this. There are some very, very explicit scenes that at which time they came on, I said to myself, I need to go to bed right now. This is not even worth my time. I'm going straight to sleep. No, I don't have anything wrong against anything. Love who you want to love. I don't care. I just don't want to see it. That's all. That's all I'm saying. I just don't want to see it. But when they were working the pole, I've been to plenty of strip club and I ain't never give a dime out. But these chicks, I would just. I
So do the meme. You gotta do the meme.
Me like
low one of these.
They'd get it. They would get my dollars. They would get my dollars because they was working on it. So I would tell you, watch with caution. Watch with caution. You do get a bit fair warning of when they're about to go way left, and you could fast forward or close your eyes if that's what makes you feel better. But I'm a halfway Man Cave approve it just for the pole work. Only for the pole work will I Man Cave approve this. And that's about it. The story's whack, but I just like watching the ladies on the pole. That was about it.
I mean, I appreciate anybody who is good at that art form. You know what I mean?
I mean, listen, I straight told my wife, like, if I ever go to a strip club and this is what's happening, I ain't most likely coming back, bro. I'm just
here at Mancave 101, we appreciate arts.
We
appreciate the arts, and
there's some talent. There's some talent going on there, man. Like those two chicks on there at one time. One is standing on the other one. Yo, bro, like it was crazy. Right.
I can easily say everyone here appreciates the two at once. Anyway, so let's go. last but not least, we're in danger, girl, because here comes the man on the couch, Leo. Talk to us about what's coming up next.
All right. So my guilty pleasure, Man Cave, is Ghost.
Sure
the
is.
Movie Ghost with Patrick Swayze, Demi Moore, and Whoopi Goldberg. Patrick Swayze is a stockbroker, or he's a financial advisor, or whatever. Him and his partner, he finds out that his partner's taking a whole lot of money from the wrong motherfucking people. So his partner, Patrick Swayze finds out, and his partner has him killed. So Patrick Swayze dies. He becomes a ghost. Hence the name of the title.
Geez, spoilers, bro. I've never seen this movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ, man.
So, all right. So basically, then you come into Whoopi Goldberg, and she's a medium. And then she tells you about, she goes through his whole life story and getting him to know her and Demi Moore to trust her. But it's a real tearjerker. It's one of my favorite. Shut up. I don't want to hear none of y'all. It's one of my favorite movies. All right. And all I got to say is I wanted to make pottery after this fucking movie. Okay? Don't fucking judge me. This is Man Cave approved guilty pleasures. This is the last time I'm doing this. See you later.
Molly, You in danger, girl.
Oh, you in danger, girl. All right. Put me back on this big screen. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Mancave and Chill 101 Podcast Guilty Pleasures. What are your guilty pleasures out here? What are you watching? Put it down in the comments below. Mancave101 Podcast. We're on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. I can't keep up with the social medias. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify, and we're probably on some other thing that I forgot. So with that being said, from all of us here, it is Abel, Wendell, Aaron, Big Chase, Charles, and the guy on the couch, Leo. We will see you guys soon. Give me my outro.
Peace.